All right, sorry about that, guys. I guess I've learned some things from the Edward Bernays and the other marketing ploys to keep people coming back and buying more of what you're selling. But I was in the middle of talking about how I just remembered a lot of childhood, how I felt being isolated, always feeling outcasted. How I then realized how there's always the distraction and the people who trying to push me in certain directions and keep me from chasing my dreams and following the things I wanted to do, and no creativity whatsoever. I untapped all of this while by myself, not surrounded by all these people who I had been surrounded by my entire life. I've talked about the Truman Show on many occasions, how I felt like Truman. Everybody knew something that I didn't, that I was living some lie, that there was always a show around me. But how could that be? That's crazy. Talked about the story of Ra and Apep, the dark and the light, and I talked about the Akashic records. I've talked about embodying certain attributes and how we're in the creation of gods and how we're all connected, and about restoring balance and harmony, how people use dark magic and things we don't know about against us. So when I got back to Philadelphia and I'm with my parents' house, I've mentioned, it felt like I was being brought back here for a reason. I learned that apparently there's a significant amount of wealth. I originally thought it was just stuff from, I didn't really understand how they were making money off of me for a long time. But then I started learning about all of the energy harvesting, and then I really understood that, okay, this isn't just normal manipulation stuff and keeping me bound just by distraction and wasting my time. No, this is like a cult that they had all of these people involved in. And there is definitely some people doing some real dark magic stuff. Then clearly I want to fight against these people because my daughter's involved, and you would think a family who preaches so much about family, which I never felt a part of, this family, they would at least back me up on this, that they would take an active interest in what I'm doing, trying to get my daughter out of a situation that I am telling them is dangerous for her. But that's not what I've gotten at all. My dad in particular, continued to try to push me in the direction of just 9 to 5, work for him, waste my time, distract me from doing the exact thing that I've been doing, figuring it all out. Any discussion of if there's any secrets or anything that they're keeping from me, their behavior is very odd. I came across my DNA test from 23andMe. Didn't match up with the story I've been told my whole life. So I started thinking, what am I missing? Then it's like the GATE program, the Catholic Church stuff I've talked about, my brother and sister went to Catholic school. We all lived in Philadelphia, and they went to Catholic school. Then both my family and my aunt and uncle, who lived on the same block, all had these seemingly this big influx of success and money. My parents were driving nice cars and bought a shore house, and my dad was running this business. It all appeared to have happened with a snap of the fingers overnight. I was 6 years old or something. I don't know. Guess I never really thought about it. But I always felt like a possession to people my whole life, and that everybody was always just draining my energy and keeping me from doing my things that I wanted to do, the things I was interested in. I wasn't allowed to explore my creative side. I wasn't allowed to talk about emotions. There was never any talk of religion or God or spirituality or anything. They basically tried to keep me in the dark my entire life from learning any of this stuff. I don't think many people knew that I wasn't watching Netflix or just wasting my time on a lot of meaningless stuff my whole life. This is in a lifelong pursuit of finding information to try to explain why I was feeling the way that I was. I just knew it in my gut that I used to call myself an alien, that other people can't be going through the same anguish that I had always felt of being so misunderstood. Every attempt to be heard or have somebody understand me would just lead to me getting gaslit and turned into my fault. So I realized, like, in the dream state, when my boss showed up in my dream and we got in this big fight, my dad set me up with that job. My boss, I assume, is a handler. Sarah was a handler, coming in to keep tabs on me and steal my creative ideas so that they could profit off of it. Like, this is way bigger than I imagined. So I'm thinking, like, what can that all mean? Then you start to throw in the life insurance policy and something that I keep hearing about, an inheritance. What inheritance? Like, what does inheritance mean? I just kept hearing it over and over again. Inheritance. How are there so many people willing to fight against me, like, inheritance? And then I heard about, like, property, real estate inheritance. So it always goes back to money. There must be a lot of money that these people are able to make off of me. And I've already talked about them attempting to kill me on multiple occasions. So they were going to make additional money off of life insurance. But this inheritance got me thinking, the 23andMe DNA test and how it doesn't match up. So I started thinking, this GATE program, drinking fluoride and testing the abilities and going to get these tests my entire childhood, and just everybody around me always keeping me down and keeping me from advancing and remembering, from getting too confident and strong or healed. They were keeping me in a state of, they drove me towards addiction and tormented me my entire life. They always claimed love, but I didn't feel it or see the action behind it like you would expect. There was no concern for me when I separated from my ex-wife, got divorced. Like, they weren't concerned until I started talking about this stuff. Then they get me institutionalized and said I was crazy and not acting like myself. Nobody ever had any idea who I was, or did they? I think everybody knew exactly who I was, except for me. And that's the point. They were trying to not get me to ever remember. Because all of this stuff is real. And my entire life, it would explain why I would have like weeks at a time that I would take off from school where I just felt drained of my life force. I would have so much natural energy all the time, but I would hit a point where I felt drained. It's been that way my entire life. Like, I find out about energy harvesting and just how all these people are, if they know this dark magic, remote viewing and energy harvesting, and all this stuff starts to make sense when I'm by myself and healing and stuff, that all this stuff starts coming back to me. These gifts start coming back. I have natural energy again. It's like the aging process reversed. None of these feelings that I've had throughout my life was my energy. They weren't my thoughts. I've been under spells and black magic my entire life. Not until I was by myself and reintroduced myself to who I was, till I remembered who I was by ascension, by climbing the ladder, unlocking climbing the ladder, the 33 vertebrae, where you unlock the chakras, but you have to heal to do that. In isolation by myself, I began to do all of this. I stopped providing information to anybody, because every time I told somebody anything in confidence, somehow it would get used against me by somebody else. I started piecing together that everybody talks behind my back about me and gives information that other people can use against me. I haven't been fighting this battle for a year, 10 years. I've been fighting this battle my entire life. My entire life has been a fight against people who have been using me and setting up, writing the script of my life. I don't believe I know my real family. I think that somebody left me something that all of these people claimed and split amongst themselves. I believe my destiny was always to be wealthy, successful, and rich, and people knew that and tapped into my Akashic records, these Masonic organization that would have this information. They're an old order, secret order that be well aware of all this stuff. Obviously, I know government and now the school system all are so very organized, interwoven, connected. I'm not just some insignificant nobody who grew up in a suburb of Philadelphia. I know that I come from like a royal lineage. So For anybody wondering what to make of all of this, especially the people who have been targeting me and doing the black magic, I've talked time and time again about bringing peace and harmony back to this world, restoring the balance, how I believe my intuition was my higher self, and how tapped in I was with the universe, and how I seemingly had all these gifts that I was cheating death and avoiding disaster. Well, today I got a peek behind the curtain of just how truly important I am to the future and this plan, and just who my ancestors are who've been guiding me. He's not happy with his creation. I embody the same elements and principles, and I stand for the same things as Ra himself. I am a descendant of Ra. That is who I've been tapped into. That is why, despite all of your knowledge of the black arts and your attempts to kill me, that's not in the cards. It's been 6,000 years since Ra has actually come back and witnessed his creation. It's far from what he envisioned and what the plan was. He's not happy that a child was sold and trafficked, that all of these people tried to make him forget who he was, which is royalty. So, yeah, you might say Ra has been the one that has been guiding me through this, helping me make the moves that have allowed me to always be several steps ahead of anything you guys have tried. He's the king of the gods, the creator of this all himself. So, if I embody all of those same elements, the power I have to manifest and get what I desire to create the world, it's gonna definitely go my way over the evil intentions, just like Apep, who tried to stop him. Every night from the sun rising, that's been my life. I've been abused, beaten, battered for 42 years, made to forget who I was. I've been the victim of endless, relentless spell work of black magic and cults, literally draining me of my life force, keeping me stuck, chasing my tail. I don't know the exact details, but I know the story I've been told is not the truth. I know you guys have all played a role in sacrificing my life for your own benefit. Financial, energetic. You guys decided, there's the wind, confirmation. You guys decided, and you were warned many times, to tell the truth, to stop lying to my face and to stop doing the things you were doing. This has never been part of the plan, the way this world has become. So what's going to happen now is we're going to have to balance the scales. There's going to be some deities, gods, and goddesses that don't want to accept that the God of creation, the King of all gods, has woken up and decided to restore balance. A lot of them lost their way. He left control in 6,000 years. But if you want to know my prophetic words and where they're coming from, well, literally the King of the gods. My role is to embody all the qualities that he had. That's why, despite all of the darkness that I've endured, I never turned into one of them. While they spread vicious rumors about me and created a living hell on earth for me, I chose to rise every morning and shine bright like the sun, lighting up this dark world. I can't be bought. That's why I'm important. The creativity that was hidden from me, that I possess within me, is from the Creator himself. That's who I co-create with. My vision of the world is his vision. So he's back, and that's the vision that's going to be executed. That's just the way it's going to be. So, yeah, everything that I said here today still going to be a lot of people who think I've lost my mind, that I'm crazy. Like I said, I still have a daughter. So, yeah, Ra, I was told Ra is who's guiding me, and he's back to save his family or regain his family. So, if I'm a descendant of his, if he's guiding me, and my daughter is in danger, victim to APEP, all the darkness that he had to fight every night when he went into the underworld. It's a story of my life. I can get into the underworld as well. I've done it. I've seen literally pure evil. And still walked out unfazed. These people would have absolutely destroyed anybody else in this same scenario. I've talked about being the bait. I've been training for this moment my entire life. I've been the bait my entire life, allowing these people to show themselves for exactly who they are. Literally, I believe they knew what I was supposed to do, and that I possessed an extreme amount of power that they could literally, like a battery, use. So I believe that as a baby I was placed in the family that I'm with. And I've been handled and kept in the dark ever since. I feel like many people knew this the whole time, were benefiting from it. I believe the sudden influx of good luck and success that my family seemingly went through probably was off my back. I believe the family I married into was sucking me dry the whole time and probably making money off of me. Yet I was always meant to let them do it, to learn, to grow, to die and to be reborn. I've had Ra pushing me along the whole way, telling me, don't give up. Being the little voice in my head that allowed me to make it out of some of the darkest situations imaginable. But as I've gained my powers, I've gotten more and more information given to me. I am going to be victorious. I am going to shine a light onto the darkness on a widespread scale that alters how people view reality. That is my mission, to restore the balance and harmony back to this creation. That's the plan that we've altered so far from, but no longer. It's time. So, as I've always said, I don't really care one way or another if you believe me or you don't. My intuition's never wrong when I trust it. Turns out that it's literally the God of creation pushing me out of my comfort zone to become my highest self. So if Ra is nudging me to give this speech and talk about all of this, I think I'm going to go ahead and just give the speech. You know, him being the king of all gods and everything, creator of all that is. So you can continue to oppose me and come after me. I've already shown the ability to cheat death. You can keep doing the things you're doing, trying to get to me, but I've already reached a point that stuff doesn't affect me. I just alchemize it and create with it. The more you send to me, I just make more art. Have you guys not been paying attention? But as far as you sending it to the people who are going to solve this in the 3D, who I need to wake up and get the ball rolling, if you keep trying to cloud their judgment and their vision to see things clearly, it's only going to get worse for you. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you guys have been warned so many times already. You're lucky you've just been warned. You need to stop doing the magic, the dark magic that hurts people. So any evil eye or spell work that you send to anybody that has anything to do with me or this situation, the lies that you've told, that's going to get canceled and rebuked and sent back to you. That's going to be something that you feel in your life. This is happening. This is going to happen. You can't run from this. You're being made examples so that we can shine the light in the darkness. It's a story as old as time. It's Ra versus Apep. The sun's going to keep shining. So, yeah, that's the message. That's who I am. I don't know if my birthday is real, if my name, I don't know. I'm going to find out. I hope other people take what I say serious, that my daughter is in real danger. These people are everything that I said. I've yet to be proven wrong about anything I've ever said. It's time to take action. It's time to break these illusions of these people being good people. They're not. In fact, they trafficked a child. Me, this cult, Masonic cult that does black magic, has been in control of my life, my entire life. That's my claim. But the reason is because they knew exactly who I was, which is a descendant of light itself, enlightenment. That's what Ra stands for, enlightenment. The exact thing I've been preaching about. So you can imagine these people who financially, energetically have benefited off of me my entire life starts to make a lot more sense. As wild as it all sounds, I get it. But tell me what it is then, if it's not what I say. Because I've yet to have anybody, I haven't talked to anybody in weeks. Nobody, seemingly like everybody knows something and wants nothing to do with actually having a conversation with me. So I think I'm probably, I should say, I'm certain that there's more to the story than I've been told. I know it. I know I have things that have been taken from me. They will be returned. I know everything you guys have done. You'll pay the appropriate consequences for it. It's that simple. You did this, you made the decisions. That's how it works. That's how the scales of justice work. What did I manifest? Truth and justice over and over again. It's time that gift from the universe gets delivered to me. So, yeah, that's the message. Not a lot else to say, is just, yeah, I've been literally doing this now, trying to get somebody, anybody to listen or care. One way or another, I'll get people's attention. So we'll see what happens. Talk to you guys soon.